Hi, they do say that abs are made in the kitchen, not in the gym, and as a personal trainer that couldn't be truer. In fact, when I find a client come to me and want to lose weight, they're very surprised when I say, well, about 10% of the exercise is going to do this, but 90% is pretty much nutrition. They're really shocked. But if you've seen any other of my videos, you'll know that knowing the science behind fat burning is the key actually to losing weight. It's really that simple. When you understand what you're doing to your body, then you can work out the best way to maintain your weight or lose that fat. So we're going to look at how we burn fat. So just a quick recap. When we eat, this is how we store the fat. The blood glucose in your body goes up. We eat any type of food. Protein will make the blood glucose go up slightly. If you have fat, then there's not much of a release of any sugars. And if you have carbs or sugar, obviously there's quite a bit. The pancreas releases insulin. This is a thing that regulates your blood sugar, and insulin brings the blood sugar down. But basically what it's also doing is taking this energy that you've just given your body and putting it in places ready to be used. So it's going to put that energy into your muscles, ready for walking, talking, thinking and doing exercise. It's going to put it into your liver for storage, so you can use that energy later, and then the excess is into fat. So that's the process. We've got to reverse that process to get the fat out of the fat cells. Okay, so let's imagine we're trying to lose some weight and you're pumping iron, you're running, whatever you're doing, and you're reducing your calories. Is that going to do it? Let's have a think. Does that work easily? No, of course it doesn't, because we're constantly eating. If you're eating food, your body will choose the energy which is easiest to use there and then. So if you put a high carbohydrate, which is easy for me to say, meal into your body in the morning, you're going to have a lot of sugars floating around. It's not going to touch the fat cells. It's going to use that easy, instant energy. Okay, so that's a bit of a problem. When's the only time when you're not eating? Well, that's when you're asleep, and that's when the liver comes to life. So let's have a look. You've gone through the day and you've eaten your meals, be it a ketogenic diet, a high carb one, low calorie, whatever. Your body has used pretty much the energy that you've put into it. Okay, when you sleep, that's when there's no food going in. So you go to sleep, nothing's happening. Okay, your energy in your muscles has gone completely depleted. That's when your liver comes to life. Your liver only comes to life when there's no insulin in the system. Because if there's insulin in there, the body pretty much has energy floating around from your food. But that stops. And then the liver will release glycogen. This is the energy that was stored earlier on from excess amounts of sugar and glucose that you've consumed. This will only really happen efficiently if you've got enough potassium, which is why potassium is a supplement that's really pushed. It does actually have such a huge effect on the amount of fat coming out of your liver, or when I say fat, I mean the stored energy. If you think that eating one banana a day is enough, that's not enough potassium. You would need to eat 15 bananas or maybe 5 avocados to get the daily recommended intake of potassium. And this is why you need to eat vegetables, because vegetables have and that will help your liver to chuck out all of that stored energy overnight. Now, if you haven't eaten a great deal of sugars and carbohydrates, or you haven't eaten a meal just before you've gone to bed, at some point the liver will be depleted of that instant stored energy, that glycogen, and that's when the fat will start being released from your cells and your fat burning. This is why deep sleep is really essential. And this is why not eating late at night is really essential, because if you eat late at night, you're just basically stoking up that stored energy, and the chances of the fat storage being depleted are almost nil.